Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we'll walk through a detailed guide on how to determine if a stock has a long-term or a short-term momentum using Python code. We will cover the basic of momentum, dive into the key indicators, and even show you a working Python script you can use to analyze your stock yourself. So let's get started. Before we dive into first, let's discuss what is a stock momentum. So momentum refers to the rate at which stock price moves in a certain direction, either up or down. And there are two types of it, the long-term momentum or short-term momentum. So in the long-term momentum is when a stock shows a consistent upward or downward momentum over a prolonged period, like months or even years. The short-term momentum, on the other hand, refers to faster price movement within a short time frame, like a key days or a weeks. So how do we identify these momentums? Well, we'll be using the moving averages, RSI, relative strength index, and other technical indicator to help spot them. So the key indicator for long-term versus short-term momentum. So let's go over the key indicator we will use to identify the momentum. The first, the moving averages. So there is 200 days moving average, 50 days moving average. So in the two's 100 moving average help us identify long-term trend. If a stock is above this moving average, it's generally considered to have a long-term bullish momentum. The 50-day moving average is a great for short-term trend. A stock consistently above this average show the short-term momentum. Next is the RSI. So this indicator measure whether stock is overbought or oversold. If RSI is above 50, it generally indicate bullish momentum, and if closer to 70, the stronger the momentum. The third is the volume. The higher trading volume can confirm momentum, as it shows that many traders are supporting the move. So using this indicator together, we can determine if a stock has a long-term or short-term momentum. But we are not going to, so we are going to write a Python script that automatically does for it. So here's, we'll be using the libraries like the YFinance, and most of the codes for calculating these indicators will directly write the functions for it. Now let's first import these libraries, and let's first define the function to fetch the stock data. So we are using the YFinance here, which will download the data with the start and the end date, and it will return the data frame. Next, we'll calculate the RSI. So to calculate the RSI, this is the formula generally. Let me calculate this. So this is a trading view where you can calculate the RSI, and here this is the formula. So to calculate the RSI, it's basically first to calculate the relative strength, which is generally the average gain period versus average loss period. And first to calculate the change, then gain and loss, average gain and average loss with the RS relative strength, and then the RSI. So it's 100 minus 100 divided by 1 plus relative strength. So based on the RSI, this is the function to calculate the RSI. We are first calculating the change, then gain loss, and the average of gain and loss, and then calculate the relative strength, and finally using the same formula calculating RSI. So this will give you the RSI once you pass the data, which is the closed data of any stock. Next, we'll calculate the indicators. So this is nothing but 50-day moving average, 200 days moving average, and to calculate RSI, we're just calling this function. Now, the next function is to plot our data. So we are using two subplots. First one, so this is two rows, one column, and the first one will be the closing price and the moving average. And second plot is just two for the RSI. Let me run this. The final one is the defined function for analyzing the momentum. So if our close, and this is the last value in the data frame, is greater than the 200 moving average, then it's a long-term momentum is true, else long-term momentum is false. And for short-term momentum, it has to be above 50-day moving average. And also the RSI should be greater than 50, then we can say short-term momentum is true. So this function returns the long-term and short-term momentum. And this is our main function. It is in the sequence. The first we are calculating the data from the Y finance, then calculating the indicator for our both moving average and the RSI. Then we are returning the long-term and short-term momentum. Using the short-term and long-term momentum, we are analyzing a result. If long-term momentum is true, then we'll print the stock has a long-term momentum, or the else condition it does not have a long-term momentum. And similarly for short-term and long short-term momentum and not a short-term momentum. Also, we are plotting all our data. So let me run this. And now let's use the Tesla example where we are passing the ticker as Tesla. It will fetch data from this day to this day and showing us the result. So this is a Tesla stock price moving average. There's a typo, moving average, right? And so the green one is the long term for 200, and this is the 50. Red one is the 50 moving average, and this one is the RSI. As you can see, this stock has a long-term momentum and also also short-term momentum. And we can use any other stock as well. So we can use Microsoft, maybe MS. So it does not have a long-term momentum because the stock price based on our time frame, it is it is very it is below our the 250 moving average. And we can use the Google. So Google has a long term and Google has a short term because our price is above 250 and also the RSI is above 50. So that's how you can analyze your stock using this Python script and have figure out whether the stock is in the long term or the short term momentum. I hope you like this video. Thank you for watching. I will see you the next one.